Good Wednesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams. You are watching a presentation of the Bryan County Patriot, and you know what? I am really glad that you are watching this presentation tonight. Lots of folks all ready to watch. Dottie Levi is already in the house tonight, so that's pretty cool. Glad that you're on board, and lots of other folks joining in now, even as we're speaking. So thank you for joining BCP Live. I have a great guest tonight, and I'm wearing my Southeastern blue just in case didn't recognize that. Southeastern alum, class of 1993. Yes, you have to put a 1 in front of the year there for when I graduated. But also speaking with a Southeastern alum today as well, Seth Dutton, who is the Associate Athletic Director for External Operations. Seth, thanks for being with me tonight on BCP Live.
Thanks for having me, Joey. I'm excited. It's always nice to talk to a Southeastern alum about all things Southeastern.
Well, listen, I know we've had the opportunity to work together in different capacities, but I think this is the first time I've had a chance to really just go one-on-one with you for a broadcast. Is that right?
Yeah, this is definitely the first time we've been able to get together one-on-one. I know we've crossed paths when I was at other institutions, but this is the first time we've actually got to sit down and talk about the place we both love in Southeastern.
Well, that's true. Now, I'm still sitting. You, however, have to stand because you get to take us on a field trip tonight. You know, that's territory that only Don Hyde has been at before. So, you're breaking some new ground for us. Listen, we're going to get a chance to see some special things tonight on the campus of Southeastern. And by the way, really quickly, what years were you at Southeastern?
So I came to Southeastern in 2009. I transferred in from a junior college. I played baseball for Southeastern. And then when I got done playing baseball, I had some years of eligibility left, and Southeastern had recruited me out of high school to play football. And I had about another year left on my degree, and I walked into the head football coach's office and said, "Hey, I've got another year to play." And it actually ended up being 2 years. So I got to play 2 years of football, and got on the field, mainly on special teams, but I was really, really happy that I got to do that. And so I graduated in 2013 with my undergrad, and then graduated in 2015 with my master's. And I am also a second generation Southeastern student athlete. My dad and myself both played for Coach Matheny, which was good and bad. So that was nice. So I could definitely go into some awesome Coach Matheny stories, especially with him having my dad and me, because we were the complete opposite player. My dad was smaller. He could really run. I could not really run at all. So he definitely let me know about that. So, yeah, I was here, and then I graduated, moved on, and then worked at some other places, and got a phone call over the summer. And I said I'm in before I even knew the details, just because I love this place so much. I bleed blue and gold. I love Southeastern.
Well, okay, tell me really quickly then, but before we get into too much more, you're the Associate Athletic Director for External Operations. That's
Yes.
a mouthful. What exactly does that mean?
Well, external is a large umbrella, and it depends on the time of year with what I'm doing. Right now, I'm working on revenue generation plans for the fall, ticket sales, partnerships, private philanthropic giving. That stuff normally doesn't stop. But then, as we get closer to kickoff and tip off for volleyball and football, I like to say the hay's in the barn for that kind of stuff. And I try to transfer over and really think about our game operations and think how we can create a fan environment and fan engagement, and get our kids, our student athletes in the community to either pass out schedule cards, posters, get people interested in Southeastern athletics. I think, if you get them once, you're going to get them again because of the value you get from the tickets. And then, you get to support student athletes that you get to see at Walmart, in the community and in town. And I think that's something that's so unique about our level, and something I love about our level is you get to know who these kids are, where their backgrounds are, where they're from. And that's one thing that I really like. So, once school starts, obviously we're looking at innovative ways to get people in games through strategic ticket operations. But really, I'm looking at in-game engagement for our fans, to give our fans, the best opportunity and give them the best environment, and especially for the kids. So, because the kids deserve that. They deserve to have people in the stands getting loud and crazy, and they deserve to have the football team and the volleyball matches and vice versa, and into basketball and baseball. So, that's kind of where it is. So it's a large umbrella, but, we have an awesome team at Southeastern. We have other people that really step up and kind of go out of what their job description is to do, everything they can for our student athletes. And that's one thing I love about Southeastern.
It's a long list, and it's headed by Coach Keith Baxter, the athletic director there. And I know we could talk about a number of names tonight and still leave so many out, but we'll stick with your name right now. And I know you're going to take us through some things. Shout out to a lot of folks other that have been joining along the way. Brent, it's nice to see you tonight. Debbie, thanks for joining. Jamie Templeton in the house, and Paula, thank you as well. Jack even says aloha tonight, so I appreciate Jack for coming back by. Last night's guest is watching tonight. Now, Seth, so many things going on campus, and I think, as much as I wanted to get to visit with you just because it's you, I also want to get to visit with you because, you are really getting to see so many changes in the facilities, and it's all for the positive. That everything really is moving in the right direction. I think you start right now, even with one of the programs in the department didn't get to finish its season, but in the spring, that's softball. Changes out there.
Yeah, if you drive by the softball field down First Street, for a while there, you would drive by and almost do a double take. Because I did it the first time. I said, "Where's the fence at? The fence is gone." And so they got a brand new fence. We had a donor come in and step up and donate and get the fence done, and got that up, and it matches our baseball fence, and it's not a wooden fence, it's a metal fence, so it's gonna stand a little longer, and it's gonna take a little bit more of a beating. The girls run recruits, there are usually balls going off that fence, so it's definitely going to stand that, and then if you drive by, you're going to see the new entryway completely. It matches all our other entryways, our football and baseball entryways, and so that's exciting. It's awesome to be able to drive by and see those subtle changes, and then one day you drive by and it looks completely different, and you're just like, oh, okay. And then softball's also, they've got completely new dugouts. Locker room got revamped, so they're getting a lot of good stuff, and it's only going to help us get us to that next level. And with softball in the past, they've been to World Series, NCAA Super Regionals. They've always played at a high level, and it's going to be really exciting to see where we go once these next couple of recruiting cycles get in with all these new looks. So that part is really exciting. And I'm a fan of softball. Like I said, I played baseball, but both my sisters play college softball, so I have a soft spot for softball. So I love it. It's an exciting thing to watch, especially in college. It's fast paced. There's talented girls all over the field, and it's exciting.
The Great American Conference is heading now into its 10th season, and I get to host a show, GAC Weekly, and we're talking with folks around the conference about going into the 10th season. When you talk about softball, you have to mention Southeastern up there. With some, and there are some quality teams. Southern Arkansas was the number one team in the country right here in our conference. Southeastern plays with them, plays with Harding, plays with Arkansas Tech. Southeastern really, I think, set the standard as the GAC was coming into existence on the softball diamond. And I have to tell you, Seth, I think the new entryway, it looked classy anyway. However, you put it with the football field and the baseball field and the consistency now and what's really being done around the athletic department as a whole makes that classy feel even that much more.
It does. And I forgot to mention, they're going to get the fence redone. They're going to put iron rod to really get back on brand. If you go and look at where we're at on campus with our branding, you're going to see it's all going to align with the brick and the way the font is and the colors and all that. So, and it's going to match Bloomer Sullivan Arena as well. So, that's a big thing too, is, you're going to drive by and know that this is something that's Southeastern just by the way it's branded.
Now, speaking about Bloomer Sullivan Arena, Darren Grover stopped by the broadcast. Hope you're still on board, Coach Grover. Your team, by the way, another team that got its season cut a little bit shorter than it needed to, but a fantastic year for the women's basketball team. Jason Manis, by the way. Jason from Shamrock Bank. I think you know who that is, Seth.
Yes, I do.
Shamrock Bank Money Gun was the funniest fan promotion of the year. So a shout out right there. And by the way, Shamrock also an advertiser on the Bryan County Patriots. So we definitely appreciate Shamrock Bank. Shout out to Robert and Jamie on board tonight, Janice as well, and Kathy. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Seth, I like the branding as a whole, and I think that's an area for the athletic department for sure, but for Southeastern, really, I believe as a whole that in times past has been lacking. Just straight up. I think it has been lacking a little bit, and I think that's just accentuated by how well it's being done right now. I mean, you guys are doing such a great job, and as an alum, you always want to promote your school and talk things up, but man, it's so much easier right now with the direction things are headed. Not only the fact that we have some really good teams that we
Right,
put out there year in and year out, but man, everything just looks so great.
Well, it starts at the top. If you look at our people on campus, we have fantastic administration and supporters, and all of this. When this vision of really where I'm sitting right now came about, we couldn't have got it done without the people at the top believing in our vision and seeing how it's not only going to enhance us on the field, but it's going to enhance the experience and the lives of our 300 plus student athletes every day. And so, that part is awesome to see. But yeah, all that stuff, we wouldn't be able to do it without the administration up top and our donors. But right now, with everything that had happened, where we all got sent home, like I was talking to you this morning, we're trending up in every way possible. Record enrollment, athletic teams winning championships, new facilities, new branding. We're trending up, and my stand is, when we're able and it's safe to go back, I'm still going to have that mentality of let's keep pushing, let's keep going, let's keep growing and get in with enrollment and continue to put success in our student athletes and everything like that. So, that piece is really exciting. And, and I love being an alum, seeing that, looking back and seeing where we were when I was here and where we are now is a night and day difference. And it really wasn't that long ago. It's only been, you talked about the GAC's only been 10 years. My last year playing, was the second year of the GAC. Then I was here for another 2 years as a GA. So, in the last 6 years, this university has completely changed from just aesthetically. And so that part is exciting. And I love seeing it in Durant and this town, this community, and these students deserve that. And I'm excited for them.
I think you're just rubbing it in a little bit too, because you talk about your time here in the GAC. My time goes back to not only the Lone Star, but NAI days. And my athletic prowess at Southeastern consisted of intramural basketball. But we don't have to go into that. There was no athletic prowess there at all, by the way. I do want to give a shout out, by the way, to some advertisers. And on the list tonight, interestingly enough, we go through advertisers. Shamrock Bank, one of the folks, want to say thanks to the advertisers. Some of the folks for BryanCountyPatriot.com, Alliance Health in Durant, Bushwhackers, as well as Corner Drug, Gordon Funeral Home. Brent will regularly make an appearance here and get to stop by. KFC, Taco Mayo, the Waffle Shop as well. And man, we have some great advertisers. I know that you work with a lot of donors, and you were talking about the philanthropic efforts that go into making not only a university run, but an athletic department run. But Seth, we have some great folks in this county. We really do.
Oh, that's what I was about to say is, you mentioned a lot of those people that support you. They support us as well. Shamrock Bank, they've been with us for 18 years. They were one of the original ones that got on with us. And, Jason, Curtis, everybody that's there, even when Mark was there, they've been with us. They've been backing us, and they do things. They go way above and beyond the call. They cook for our student athletes. They cook for the teams. They're at every game. They've got the money gun. They're shooting money on the floor for the students. They're doing things like that. And we've got some fantastic community supporters. But Shamrock Bank has been with us since day one, and we love them.
Shout out to Shane. Good to see you again tonight as well, and Kyle, and a wave to Jeannie. Thanks for stopping by tonight here on BCP Live as we get to visit now with Seth Dutton, I'll say it, Associate Athletic Director for External Operations. Again, I said it from the beginning. It's a mouthful. We have new facilities, not only the softball. I know there's some changes also with the football field house as well. Mm-hmm. I'd like you to maybe mention anything else about that, and you're going to give us a little tour here in a moment too. So if you're with us right now, stick around because you're going to get to see some special things just a little bit later on. But more new things that are happening just from the appearance side.
Well, when you talk about football last year, one thing that we got that you could notice on our night games is we got all new LED lighting. And so that made a major difference, from that being able to see and,
really
just kind of spruced up, And then, if you go in the football locker room, we've had an individual step up and really help us out and get some really cool branding and graphics on the walls in there. And we're not done yet. We've put a backlit bison head up there, and it's an exciting time to walk in there as a student athlete and see, one wall has more current student athletes over the last couple of years and action shots of them. And on another wall you go and you see almost the history of Southeastern with the Jeff Mosier and the Drew Beards and all those people that came through here that kind of set a foundation of what Southeastern football is, honestly. And so that's exciting to go in there and see that. And I can't wait for the kids to go in there and see that as well, because that's where they spend their time. They spend their time in their dorm rooms, at their house, and in the locker room. And so, we want to keep creating an environment that gets them excited and builds passion about their university. So, we're not done in there, but we're going to keep rolling.
To do things like this, I know there are a lot of things that go on, and one of the fun things, though, that you all do is the golf classic each summer.
Yes.
And I know those, with, again, all that we've gone through, I try not to talk about the beer bug as much. I'll stay on Facebook Live, but I don't want to get kicked off YouTube, and I find a way probably to get that done just about every show. But with that in mind, I know dates have changed. All of a sudden, it got warm. Then this breeze the last couple of days has felt really, really nice. You guys are going to be out on the golf course again pretty quickly.
We are. July 11th, we're having the Southeastern Golf Classic, and it's kind of a combination of our Gridiron Golf Tournament and then the Presidential Golf Tournament. We're combining the two and hopefully bringing a lot of people that love Southeastern together and getting to go play golf. And it's, at the end of the day, it's a fundraiser that generates revenue for our institution, and it goes directly into our students and all that. So we're really, really excited about that. And, I love golf, and I unfortunately won't get to play, but I'm going to be out there mingling with everybody. And, we've met about it, and we've got a plan in place, and we're really, really excited to get people on the golf course and really celebrate Southeastern. That's kind of what it is to me. It's, you get a lot of alums back on campus. I've got a lot of guys that I played with that have been texting me, "Hey man, when's the golf tournament? Hey man, when's the golf tournament?" We're working on it. Don't worry. And so as of yesterday, July 11th, and our friends at Under Armour have stepped up as well for some giveaways and some swag. And so we're really, really excited about that. And so we're gonna get out there. We're gonna play some golf, and I'm hopeful that we'll get the weather like we had today, where it's real nice and breezy out there. And I know it's July, but come out. Go sign up. Registration is open right now. sc.edu/giving/Southeastern Golf Classic. It's on our website. Go register. It's a 6-man scramble this year. Normally our tournament's a 4-man, but we decided to go 6-man, and which will be good for us because we have a lot of guys that played together that want to golf together. Like we've got an O-line group that's playing, and it's 6 O-linemen. So that's going to be really exciting. So we're ready for that, and it's going to be a great day for Southeastern. And, it's always nice when you get alums back on campus, but we're going to kind of mix two groups together and hopefully really have a good time and celebrate Southeastern. And it's going to be a great day of golf out there at Chickasaw Point.
We'll try to get that link in the comments at some point in time after the broadcast tonight, so you can have that. But again, se.edu/giving/Southeast Golf Classic.
Yeah, Southeastern Golf Classic. Or you could go to GoSoutheastern.com, and it's a splash page. You can click right there. It'll take you straight to that link. And also, if you're a fan of Go Southeastern, if you haven't liked us on Facebook, go like that page, and you're going to get all the updates when we put that stuff out, because that's a big way we communicate.
Right. Okay. Well, Seth Dutton, listen, I can see behind you, and
yes.
You're actually on site right now. I know it's closing in on 9:20. Most of the folks are still at home. By the way, shout out to some folks watching us probably from home, to Mike and Elizabeth and Linda, Richard, Steffer. If you're still on board tonight, thanks for stopping by the show. I appreciate that. So you are actually on site. How cool is that?
I am.
Lights are on
The
South
lights are on
campus. Can you take us through where you are right now? And by the way, where are you right now?
Well, I'm actually in the old Bloomer Sullivan Gymnasium, and when I flip this camera around, the people that have been in old Bloomer are gonna really see a completely different Bloomer Sullivan Gymnasium. And you talk about the lighting, we've got full LED lighting in here, and here we go. Here is just pieces of it and what it is, and so this is it. Obviously, the big major change here is the wall. You can see this is a massive wall. We have not got the branding in here yet, but that's coming. We're going to get Southeastern Strength or Southeastern Athletics on the wall. There's going to be some branding down here, but this is 100% turf in here, about 40 yards worth, and it's going to be awesome. Our strength staff's going to be able to come in here and get some work done, work out our student athletes, and really push them. And when the weather's bad, baseball, softball can come in here and play catch and all that. And so we're really excited. Obviously, it's still an active work site, but they've made a lot of progress in the last week. And then as I pan over here, one really cool thing about this is these openings are going to have garage doors where you can come in and go out. And this is actually what the weight room is going to be. And so for those of you that don't know, the weight room used to be under the stadium on the visitor side, about 2,500 square feet. And, maybe less than that. And we had, I think, 16 racks in there, and it was tight. It was really tight in there. And so I'll come around here. This is now about 5,000 square feet. And this is where the old pool used to be. So for those that look at this is where the old pool is. They completely filled it in. And we're going to get a lot of weight equipment in here. They're still working on the floor, and we're going to get some branding in here. Our weights are going to be branded Southeastern. So we're super, super excited about that. I'm really excited to get our strength staff in here and see what they're going to be able to do with our student athletes. So that's it. That's the weight room. Here's the turf room again. And then we'll kind of work our way over here, and we can go into the volleyball venue. And that's another thing that's really, really exciting. And I'll kind of go into detail about that when I get in there. But the volleyball venue, we're going to be one of the only schools in our region that has their very own branded volleyball venue. There was another school in our region that did, but they're going Division I, so we don't count them anymore. So that is the turf room and weight room. And as we transition in here, obviously, don't tell anybody I'm going in the do not enter, but we can go on the floor now. And obviously here is the volleyball venue, completely rebranded Southeastern Volleyball. That blue and yellow on the floor pops. It is awesome. It's exciting. The stands are going to come out. And one cool thing about this is the stands are going to pull out, and they're going to be – it's going to feel like the fans are right on top of the floor, which is awesome for us when we get our football student athletes in here, and all our student athletes really, because they are going to create an environment that is – it's really going to give us a true home field advantage. So obviously the basketball goals are going to go up, and basketball will still be able to come in here. You can see the light lines. They have lines here, the beige lines. They're going to be able to come here and practice on days, but this is completely branded volleyball. And then on the walls here, we're going to have backlit Southeastern stuff. We'll have Southeastern volleyball across the wall, and same thing over there. So, and we've got the bison head on the floor. So we're really, really excited. And we're probably one of the only schools in our region, again, that has a volleyball branded scoreboard only. So that's another thing that we are super excited about. I'm really excited about our student athletes and what it's going to do for them. And then I can't wait to get them here. I can't wait to get them here on campus so they can see it. Because, when I was a student athlete here, I remember what this looked like. And now, with this is really exciting for all of our student athletes.
I have to tell you, Seth, I mean, that is an incredible walkthrough. And anyone that has ever been associated with Southeastern, if you've gone to school there, anything at all, it just gives you chills to be able to see that. And Stephanie, John, Mark, all the folks that have joined since Seth's been talking, thanks for stopping by tonight. Corby, you're right. It absolutely looks great. And, listen, those weights underneath the visitors' stands at Southeastern, Seth, I think I worked out on those weights. And I got to school in '89, and they were old then. Yeah. So that our athletes have been working out with some of those same, and probably not the same ones, but I who's to say for sure, really at this point, for them to be able to get that. I know the pool, some folks use the pool, most didn't. It had come into disrepair. To be able to make something of that area and really just Bloomer Sullivan as a whole, I'm thrilled. And I can't even begin to describe how excited I am for the volleyball team. I have found awesome in broadcasting that, and by the way, that's a drinking game here on BCP Live. I broadcast sports. The beverage choice for the BCP Live is Dr. Pepper, but still, I've found in broadcasting I love to broadcast volleyball. It is
It's
such
awesome.
a great sport. And my goodness, our facilities, they have to be, you're right. You want to talk about tops in the region? Definitely. I can't think of another school in the conference, and we have good volleyball schools in the conference that have a facility like what you just showed us. That's great.
Yeah, and that's like what you said. If you've never seen a volleyball game or a volleyball match, come see us. I promise you, you will have more fun when two teams are playing. It gets loud. It's loud in here. We create an environment, and I promise you'll walk out of there and say, "Wow, that was awesome," and we'll have you back. Especially in this new facility, when you walk in, they still have freshly. Last week they put the final coat on the floor, and so it smells new. It smells great, and with everything that's kind of happening, we're on hold for an unveiling, but we are going to do an unveiling, and once everything's dressed, completely branded, and all that, and we're going to get the community here and do a walkthrough and really showcase this because, like I said, we want our student athletes to enjoy this, but we want our fans to enjoy it too.
Right.
And there's a sense of pride when you walk in here and see things different, see things changing, and it gets me going. So I can't wait for our student athletes to see it, our volleyball girls to see it completely dressed with the nets and branded graphics and the lights and all that. And then we put new LED lighting in here, and so it's going to be really cool. We're going to be able to turn the lights off for pregame. So when we turn our lights off for pregame, we can turn the spotlight on and do some really unique intros and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of it all pairs together to create that home court environment that really, when people walk in this gym, they know that it's going to, the storm's coming. As I put that in there.
There you go. That's some nice branding right there too. Way to go! You'll make a great broadcaster. Storm's coming. You gotta get those phrases in now and again. Mrs. Patriot says she loves volleyball. It was the only athletics event she was good at, but Durant, didn't have it when she moved here, which was a while back. But boy, it's nice to see Southeastern has that, and we have a good program as well that really has grown and come a long way. One of the things I also I'm thrilled, Seth. I had not seen it, and I've been meaning to stop by. I'm almost don't know what to say. It's so nice, and I'm so happy for these girls and for for my university and for everyone involved. One of the things I noticed too, by the way, it looks like that behind you, the framework there on the ceiling, that's the same framework, right? Okay, if you've never seen volleyball at Southeastern, I have to let you know. That's a course hazard. That's in play. That is actually in play. It can go up and over those beams and still be in place. So you got to stay with the ball at Southeastern.
Yeah. Well, the NCAA height limit, there is a minimum height limit, and obviously we meet that. But it's when you completely get in here and change it all up, it's gonna, like I said, it's on the floor. Everything's live, and that's the thing is you see girls dive and slide and using their feet. I mean, it's an exciting event when you get these teams in here and playing at a high level. And I'm really excited. Our coach will be in her second year, and so she came from another conference up north where volleyball is elite, and so we're super excited to have her and with her recruiting classes and all that. And so we're really ready to get this rolling.
Shout out to Jamie really quickly and to Mandy as well. Thanks for stopping by and anyone else that's just come in. We're speaking with Seth Dutton tonight, and I wanted to wrap things up with you as well. But I'm really glad, man. I can't say enough. Thank you so much for the field trip because I'm already ready now. It's not even the middle of June. And I'm ready.
I've been ready.
Volleyball. Let's get out there and see this thing done. And sports specific with the scoreboard. You're right. I mean, you just don't see that very often, and and it's not to take away from anything because lots of scoreboards you can use them for different purposes, and that's fine. But to have something and for our teams and for the other GAC teams that will be coming in here, then to see that, I think it's going to be special for them as well.
It is, and they're going to walk in here and see something completely different. And you talk about the scoreboard, and especially with recruiting, that's something you could talk about and say, well, that's ours. That's branded volleyball. That's how serious this institution takes volleyball. And so you can spin that 1,000 different ways, and so that is going to be huge for us, and especially with our location. Volleyball is huge in Dallas and in Texas, and if you go north into Tulsa and Oklahoma City. So I'm super excited to get these girls down here because I think they're going to walk in and be wowed. They're going to step back and say, okay, this is really nice. I do it. I step in and I'm just like, I wish I played volleyball in here.
Well, and I know that you know this, Seth, but if you don't follow volleyball in Division II and in this region, Southeastern and the Great American Conference are in the Central region, along with the MIAA schools, predominantly in Missouri and Kansas, and then the Northern Sun Conference. And this is, this is not hyperbole, okay? This is beyond question the toughest region in all of Division II. I mean, there were times last year, and you probably, again, know this, Seth, top 25 teams in the country in Division II. Of those top 25, there are 8 regions in the country, okay? Of the top 25, 14 at one point were in the Central region. So you're saying 14 in our 3 conferences and the other 11 divided up among 7 other conferences in the country. I mean, this is a really, really big sport where we are.
Yep, it is. It's huge, and you can even go farther into baseball, softball, and all the other sports. We are in an extremely tough region.
Yes.
We compete at a high level, and but if you want to get to that, if you want to get to those championship games, I'd rather compete against the best every year because you know what you're going to have to go up against and beat. And so, but volleyball, yes, I think volleyball takes the cake. At one point, out of the top 25, 14 teams, and
right.
I'm glad I'm glad I wasn't on a championship committee this year because if I'm looking at the rankings saying we can only take a certain amount, who's getting left out, I'm glad I didn't have to do that because that would have been very challenging.
It really and lots of times when the team that wins the Central region goes on to win the national championship. And one other example, and we'll let volleyball go for just a moment, but just you may remember this too. A couple of years ago, Arkansas Tech went 35-0. Yeah, I think you were in Commerce at the time. But Arkansas Tech went 35-0. Okay, 35-0, and was the number 8 seed in an 8-team Central region
against other teams that had losses.
I mean, that's how tough this region is. So anyway, this is fantastic. It's absolutely great. Well, Seth, I know we have a new president now, and I didn't even give you enough time really to talk about all that, but talk about the leadership and just what all the. I'm not trying to run you out of the building, by the way. I'm just trying to make sure. Want to make sure I use your time wisely because I could talk Southeastern sports all night. But it's new president, new facilities. I think you said it best. We're trending up. We really are.
We're trending up, and it starts at the top with all the executive leadership, and it starts there. And we're gonna, like I said, once we get back and ready to roll, my mentality is let's keep this thing rolling because we're hitting record enrollment. Summer enrollment is up, huge numbers for summer enrollment, and we're super excited. Like I said, last year we hit an all-time high in enrollment, and it's an awesome time to be part of Southeastern.
And we are looking for, and I've read this too, just confirming in-person classes in the fall as well.
Yes, we are. As of right now, we are looking at in-person classes.
All right. See, that really makes me excited as well because I know, and I realize there's still adjustments. To Division II across the board, every sport took at least a little bit of a hit when it came to scheduling. So if we're expecting, because I had planned on starting for my Midwest Sports Net or Midwest Sports Saturday, starting its 3rd season this year, I was planning on being in Weatherford September 3rd for Southeastern and Southwestern football. Well, that's not going to happen now. Season gets underway for the Great American Conference on September 12th, which is the following Saturday. Only one game lost there, but it's going to be a little bit of a different feel.
It is, and but I'm gonna bring back volleyball because that then makes volleyball is going to be our first home event, and so we really get to showcase this venue to everybody first. And then, like I said, football gets to go on the road, and then they come back at home. And so, we lost a game, but we, like I tell everybody, especially at our level, we live in Division II, and it's all about adjustments, and we just keep it moving, and that's with all sports. So we're super excited about that, and the thing I'm excited most, honestly, is getting our students and student athletes back on campus. When they're back on campus, there's a buzz around, and especially when you're prepping for fall sports and spring sports, there's a buzz, and you felt it as a student athlete, and you feel it when you're working in athletics. And I'm ready to feel that buzz again. I'm ready to feel like I said before, the storm's coming. And so we're super excited about that. But yeah, we're all the sports took a hit, and I think with everything that happened, that's probably the right thing to do. But we're still going to compete at a high level, and you still got to win games. So
That's right.
no one's going to be at a greater advantage or disadvantage. Everybody's equal on the games, and we're going to go play.
And it is a fun time too. It will be year number 10 for the Great American Conference. So if you're new to Southeastern sports, and if you're watching this now and you haven't followed Southeastern in a while, now is a good jumping on point. Now is the time to say, all right, I'm ready to get back in. And Seth was saying Division II, the theme is make Division II yours. And so we want to make Savage Storm Athletics yours. Make it yours and own it. Come out to Bloomer Sullivan Arena. Come out to Bloomer Sullivan Gymnasium. Come out to Paul Laird Field and to all the other athletic venues that we have. And I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. Everything is on the rise. Even got to talk with Coach Fenwick this morning, our football coach, who is coming into his second season. And there's something too that he's starting to make this team his. I mean, for Coach Solom, it's her second season, and it takes a little bit to you shift it and make it and mold it and make it yours.
Well, I think at one point last year, you look back and I think we had almost 22 new people, and that's including me, and so that's there's a lot of new faces in the athletic department, and there's a lot of getting to know people and some adjustments, and so we're ready to take on year 2. And I do want to throw this in there because you just reminded me. You talk about the GAC's been here for 10 years. If you didn't get a chance to go see Southeastern women's basketball, we had a player that was voted the GAC greatest basketball player of all time through the first 10 years, and that's Katie Webb. Her career here was excellent. She was up there in elite company with Crystal Robinson. We had Kevin Buckingham on the men's side. Obviously, he's up there in elite company with Dennis Rodman and all them. But Katie was voted the greatest of all time in the GAC, and she we are going to miss her. And she got out of here, but she made us go. And so if you didn't get to see her, we're looking for the next one, and so we're ready to get it going.
Well, I think part of it's just because her career spanned the entire first 9 years of the GAC. So I would say that if she was here, and I've teased her about that before. Yeah. She's a great person too. Besides just being a fantastic player, I saw, by the way, a tweet from her yesterday or today that she's getting ready to have her 5th surgery. That college basketball took a toll. Boy, you couldn't tell it. You could not.
You couldn't.
This year, mean, she shined, and she helped Southeastern to a conference tournament championship, regular season, and a conference tournament championship and a regular season championship as well. And Coach Grover and all the girls out there just did a great job. Yeah, we're looking for the next. I don't know that there's a next one. And it's funny, you even mentioned Crystal with all that Katie did, and she was a scoring machine. And she's right up there at the top. You still don't hit Crystal Robinson's numbers.
No way.
Those are crazy numbers.
You don't even get close. And so, she's, she as the player said, she was a walking bucket. She could just get it. And so, but you saw how good Katie was, and she was elite. And, one big thing for me this year was getting to see the ladder get put up, and those girls and those coaches get to cut down that net, because I know when I was here, we had really, really good basketball teams as well, but it was a nice thing to see them finally. Coach Grover get up there and cut that down. He deserves that. He was here when I was a student here. I was in his classes, so it was really exciting to see him get up there and cut the net down, and it was awesome to see all the girls do it, because they put in the work and put in the time, and that's something that no one's ever going to be able to take that away from us.
That's exactly right. Well, I'm not going to say he was there for a long time, because every time I start saying that, I get ripped, and he thinks I'm calling him old. So but congratulations to Darren anyway for all of that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll teach him when I know he's on the other side of the screen. So anyway, Seth Dutton, Associate Athletic Director for External Operations, you have given us a fantastic night tonight. I'm so thankful for your time, and thank you for the walkthrough. Any final words?
I mean, I appreciate you having me. I love being able to showcase what we got going on this campus and what we're doing in athletics. And for anybody out there, if you all, want to talk more about Southeastern or get involved, my email's on the website, my phone's on the website. Give me a shout, and Joey, I really appreciate having you. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you, and I appreciate everything you do for us in this setting and for our university and our student athletes. That means a lot because they deserve to get as much coverage as they possibly can. And so I appreciate what you do for all our 300 plus student athletes.
Well, thank you, sir. And it's an honor. And proud alum, by the way. Proud alum,
Proud alum.
93, and I'm so excited about what you guys have. So, Seth Dutton, I'll let you go now, and I know we're going to visit again very soon. GAC Weekly, we'll get a chance to talk here pretty quickly, too. But thank you for the night tonight, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Go Storm.
That has been Seth Dutton, and man, I appreciate him being on with us tonight. What a great thing! I'm not going to go much farther. We've gone a little more than 40 minutes tonight, so I just want to close it off with that. And I know, look, we have a great guest tomorrow night too, so I'm looking forward to getting to visit with him as well, and just so many good things. Let's just talk about the good things. Southeastern is trending up. Athletically, enrollment, everything about it is trending up. And man, if you haven't been supporting the Storm or whatever the case may be, you haven't had a chance to go to games, here's your jumping on point. You will not be disappointed. And, volleyball games, lots of times volleyball games are free. So, hey, you can't go wrong there. You can't go wrong with that. So anyway, all right, I'll wrap it up. Listen, I'll close with this. As always, be wise, use discretion, but do not walk in fear. Okay, we are moving out of part of this year already. We're almost at the halfway point of 2020. I know it seems like a decade already in and of itself, but we're moving on. Be wise, use discretion. Do not walk in fear. Yes, Jason Seth was a great addition to Southeastern athletics. He's just a re-addition. We're just bringing him back. And of course, don't forget, keep your pets spayed and neutered. Thank you, Dottie. All right. We'll wrap it up. Back on tomorrow night at 9. Another great guest tomorrow night. You don't want to miss this. We'll even talk a little bit more sports tomorrow night. How about that? I know you're here for more than sports, but hey, just, let me have a little fun with sports on the BCP Live every now and again. See you tomorrow night at 9. I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and have a great